All right, so I got a bunch of updates for you right now. The S&P 500 absolutely got destroyed this week. So it got a massive drop down from this 430 level. Holy shit, all the way down to 367. This happened so fast. On the weekly chart, still a lot of room down. This is a nice little, kind of looks like a dead cat bounce to me, right? It happened here, we got dropped down, we got another dead cat bounce. It looks like it's about to fall off. A lot of people are saying that it might double bounce at this 362 level. It hit that 363. This was kind of my target range, as you can see here. But there is this pre-market or pre-pandemic level around this 340 range that I really think that we could retest. Not to say that there won't be a little bit of a bounce this week, just because of how much it's been sold off. I mean, the last 3 days have been disgusting. They almost went down $30 in 3 days, which is a pretty big sell-off in the S&P. So if we can break this 362.17, I wouldn't be surprised to see that 340 level in the near future. There's probably another resistance level or support level at that 350 mark. So I'm looking at that 362 breakdown down to 350. There might be a little one at this little top right here, around a 358. So we could see some short term, 362 down to 358 and then down to 350. I'm looking at the weekly chart here just because I like to zoom out a little bit more now that the market is getting decimated. The economy is nowhere near a good health, so I'm looking for the downside here. I'm looking for that 362.17. We could see a nice little bounce, maybe up to this 370 again, and then that little gap fill up to 373, but there's a lot of events happening this week. I really do still see some downside, but the upside above 370, we could see 373, 374, and then 362 breakdown could see 358, maybe 350. So pay attention to that. I'm still nowhere near bullish in the market right now. Same thing with the QQQQ. I don't know if you guys play this or not, but 269.28 is a level that we could retest. A lot of people are still calling for this double bottom and then the reversal. So we'll see what happens, but pay attention to this really significant level. The other ones I really want to pay attention to are Nike and Micron. So these are just some earnings plays coming up this week. If you look at the daily chart, they've been destroyed. Nike's down from 179 down to 950 on the weekly chart. It's below where we were pre-pandemic. So I've given back all the gains on these individual stocks with the indexes being bloody. So I'm really looking at this. I'm looking at this to potentially make a nice little bounce. We'll see what happens. There is a support line down here at this 93, so I don't see too much blood happening. I mean, Nike is obviously one of the best apparel companies in the world, and I know inventories, people are strapped for inventory, and they can't really, make a lot of sales as much as they used to because demand is low, and manufacturing and distribution is really all still pretty messed up from COVID. And I'm looking at Nike right now for maybe a rebound because the premiums look really good for earnings, so could be a bounce up to this 105, 110 area. So do with that with what you will. And Micron also below pre-pandemic levels, down to 50. So demand for microchips might not be there right now. Obviously, there is a high demand, but how expensive everything is, it could be a little bit nice bounce here. I'm looking at this $55 level, maybe to this $60 level. So could see a nice bounce in Micron, could see a nice bounce in Nike. Those are not as important as the S&P 500 because I just trade the SPY and SPX for the last 6 months now and have traded the best I've ever traded. So I'm just looking at these levels right here. 362 is that massive level. Just be careful for more downside because it could get pretty ugly with Powell speaking this week. And we have PCE data as well coming out on Friday. So hope these levels help you out. Hope you guys caught that downside that I was warning about for so long. And let's see if we can continue that downside. So let's make some money.